Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to my deep guide, and in today's video we're going to be checking out several other products in the context of using with Boox Note Max. Boox Note Max is a fantastic all-around device, but where it actually truly shines is in extensive reading and typing and handwriting tasks. One of the primary tasks is comfortable way of typing. In this video I'm going to be testing out and doing a review of 5 potential portable keyboard solutions, and in addition to those 5 I am going to be addressing the native Boox Magnetic Keyboard folio as well. Even though this video is focusing on portable keyboards as an additional periphery for an e-ink device such as Boox Note Max, it can be of significance for anyone else who's interested in learning more about these particular 5 different portable keyboards. This video is not sponsored by anyone, or actually technically it is sponsored by me because I'm the one who purchased all of these 5 keyboards. Regular viewers of my deep guide are already used to this type of independence, but if you are new to the channel and you've stumbled upon here because of the portable keyboards, welcome, it's nice to have you here. If you like the contents of the video and you like the independence of my deep guide, I invite you to support the channel, and you can support it in several ways. You can like the video, you can subscribe to the channel, you can do super thanks, you can go to mydeepguide.com/shop where you can find hyperlinked PDF workbooks such as MDO and MMP, My Daily Organizer and My Deep Guide Meeting Planner, and there's a new edition, the MDG Curated Templates, which is a pixel perfect, super duper awesome collection of general use templates that can be used with any type of notebook apps that support custom templates. If that's something that sounds interesting, after watching the video, check out the links in the description below and you will find more information there. And now, onwards with the video. And before we even begin, the first question absolutely has to be, why not the Boox Magnetic Keyboard cover that we already have? Surely that has to be the first question, right? I mean, they went through the whole effort of making it, so it has to be the best option. Well, not quite. Let's first address the positives of the Boox Magnetic Keyboard cover, as it does definitely have them, and it would be genuinely unfair to leave them unacknowledged. At first glance, it seems like a no-brainer, because it offers a direct fit, right? So it is designed to fit your Boox Note Max. It also doubles as a cover. It has full-size keys with a decent travel depth, has a built-in trackpad with clicks, and it also has custom function control keys that can be used to directly control and have shortcuts for your Note Max. So what's not to like? Well, unfortunately, quite a few things. The number one is the faulty design, especially with these 2 pins, plastic pins here that are used to hold the device. They are done in such a way, and I have a dedicated video that you can take a look at over there after you're done watching this video, because these 2 can potentially damage the screen of the device over time. Typing performance was not really that precise, as I was experiencing missed and doubled keystrokes, especially when we're talking about the spacebar. Imprecise trackpad clicking performance. It has no Nordic layout, which is a bummer for me because I am looking for a keyboard with a Nordic layout since I am in Norway. I really dislike the color. For me, this is a very ugly color, and unfortunately this is the only color option that you are going to get. It is very heavy because at 618 grams, it's actually over 100 grams or around 100 grams heavier than the tablet itself. And this is a typing solution that will only work for the Note Max. This keyboard cannot be used with any other device. To top it all off, it comes at a really high price of between 150 and 170 US dollars plus shipping and import tax. But considering the complete madness of today's world, that pricing situation is probably going to be different, and depending on which direction the wind blows this day. What I'm going to be referencing today's video are the real world prices that I can get these products for today. So for these reasons, this is a definitive no-go for me. Boox Note Max lends itself perfectly to extensive typing tasks. Typing and reading on it is, for me at least, absolutely a joy. Even the whole text for this article and script for this video is being typed and written on the Note Max. Sitting by my window, enjoying a sunny day and the non-glowing nature of the e-ink display with the beautiful 300 ppi. At home, my keyboard of choice is my trusty old Logitech K8600, as it offers absolutely everything that I'm looking for. It has flexible connectivity with Bluetooth pairing for up to 3 devices, excellent typing comfort, excellent typing accuracy, excellent typing sound, and it comes in a Nordic layout, and the overall layout is of course a full 100% layout with the function key row, with the numpad, with everything that you need, and a proper enter key, and everything that I need is there. One of the key benefits of Note Max is its portability despite its large size. It's thin and it's light enough for a device of this size, and the default cover also doubles as a landscape stand in 2 different angles, as it has the defined notches that hold the device securely in place, unlike the case with the Go 10.3. Now, it would be even better if it also offered the origami styled portrait stand functionality like we have on the Note Air 3C and the 4C covers, but unfortunately it doesn't. Still, the Note Max has quickly become my absolute go-to e-ink daily driver, both at home and on the go. I enjoy working on it so much that I often find myself looking for an excuse to do more work, just to continue using it and to stay in that focused mindset. And while the K860 works absolutely perfectly at home, it would be a far stretch to call this thing portable, right? So I began searching for a viable portable alternative to use with my Note Max. Based on my needs and experience with devices like these, I developed the following criteria to score the keyboards I'll be testing today. So I'll be looking at portability, flexible connectivity, typing accuracy, typing comfort, typing sound, layout overall, and the price. So these are the 7 categories that I will be checking out and comparing the keyboards in. Portable yet capable keyboards are not that common, but there are a few types that definitely fall into this category. So I tried to get one from each of the subtype portable-ish or truly portable keyboards to evaluate both the form factor and the individual product. And here are the today's contenders. We'll start with the 4Smart's DailyBiz BT for Bluetooth iOS at $47 US. Then we get to the Linocell Ultra Slim Keyboard, again at $47 US. Next we have Logitech Pop Icon Keys at $65 US. Logitech again with Keys-To-Go 2 at $94 US. And finally we wrap it up with the NocFree wireless split keyboard at a whopping $179 US plus VAT. These are the prices that I've paid for these keyboards here in Norway, so your prices may vary depending on your region and the deals available and the direction in which the wind is blowing in that particular day. And for those who may be actually watching this video in the future and who are maybe confused by the reference of the pricing inconsistencies, look up April 2025 and tariffs, and I think you'll be up to speed. 4Smart's DailyBiz BT iOS is a mini keyboard designed with portability in mind. It has mini keys, but unlike other keyboards of this type, the keys are slightly taller and they actually offer decent travel distance along with relatively comfortable spacing between the keys. It does have Bluetooth connectivity, and at $47, it's one of the 2 most affordable keyboards in this test. This is a truly portable mini keyboard. It's super light, very thin, and with a very small footprint, although it is a little bit on the taller side of things. Carrying it anywhere is really effortless, and it easily can fit anywhere where your device can. That makes it suitable not only for the Note Max, but also for the 10.3-inch brethren and sisters that you may have. As you can see with the Note Air 3C, it also will fit slightly taller than the device itself, but it doesn't really add too much to the overall package when carrying it for your portable needs. Despite its size and lightness, it actually has an aluminum back cover, which adds structural firmness and allows it to also magnetically attach to the back of your covers. So for example, there we go, it snaps to the Note Air 3C's cover. Back of the Go 10.3 cover also snaps and holds nice and secure. And the same story goes with the Note Max as well, making it a really interesting and simple portable solution. It offers Bluetooth connectivity, but it only supports pairing to one device at a time. There's no multi-device memory or switching functionality. This isn't a deal breaker if you plan to use it with just one device, but it does limit the flexibility for a more complex setup, like pairing with both Note Max and the Go 10.3 to be your work setup. Typing accuracy is mostly okay, with occasional missed or double keystrokes. The membrane resistance is on the stiffer side of things, which actually requires a harder presses than what I'm used to normally. So if I type with strong, deliberate key presses, accuracy is great. But if I start to type naturally, then sometimes I will find myself missing characters due to the inadequate pressure. So I will feel that I've pressed it, but it's not pressed enough for the keystroke to register. Visually, it looks like it would and should be uncomfortable, but surprisingly, it's actually better than expected. Though it lies completely flat on the ground and it has no angle, no risers or anything like that, typing does feel more natural than it looks. Still, longer sessions will cause the wrist strain due to the very small, cramped form factor. The mini keys are often a problematic proposition for me, but in this keyboards, because of the spacing, because of the travel distance and the height that's available here, all of that helps me avoid the inconvenience that I normally experience when using mini keys. That said, it still isn't what I'd call comfortable. The sound is a mix of clacky plastic and some dampening, so it's okay if I type softly, but since I have to type harder for accuracy's sake, the noise increases naturally and then it becomes more annoying. So the sound is not terrible, but it is definitely present and it can be distracting. This is a 75%-ish keyboard layout, meaning it has an alphanumeric key row and a dedicated function key row, but it is missing the dedicated page up, down, home, and insert and delete buttons. It comes in various different, mostly European languages layouts, because this is a German product, and it does come in a Nordic layout for me specifically, which definitely helps. The enter key is small and very easily confused with the larger shift key beneath it. The arrow keys are super tiny. However, there is this spacing just above the left and right arrows that helps with the tactile identification when typing. So overall, the layout is okay for a mini keyboard, but it still requires a compromise that detracts from typing fluidity, and one of my pet peeves is not having the control button on the far left corner, which this one actually does, because I very frequently use Control hold Shift as a keyboard shortcut. On this one, I frequently find myself pressing Function and Shift and therefore not executing the function that I'm looking for, therefore getting distracted. As mentioned before, at $47 US, it's one of the 2 cheapest options we're looking at here today. It offers good value in terms of portability and convenience, but some compromises like the type and precision, the lack of anti-skid rubber because it's like fully flat, it doesn't even have feet for that, and the mediocre sound, it does reflect the budget size, and also there's a bit of a flex here when typing. So good value, but you do feel the compromise. And here are the particulars that relate to this keyboard. First one would be the flat aluminum back that can magnetically attach to other covers of devices. Despite the super mini form factor, we do have a dedicated function key row, which allows for not only function keys, but also Android and media functions. Not such a good particularity here is that it's using a micro USB to charge, and as already mentioned, no anti-skid fit, which may be fine on a cover like this, but as soon as you put it on a hard surface, it's sliding all over the place, and that it's not fun to chase the keyboard like ants. The 4Smart's DailyBiz BT iOS is a genuinely portable mini keyboard. It's light, it's compact, and it is usable. So for $47, it may charm you into thinking that it's the perfect fit, but the more you use it, the more its limitation will start to rear their ugly little heads. I find that it is ideal for short bursts of writing on the go, but it's definitely not for any type of a serious typing session. Next, we have the Linocell Ultra Slim keyboard, and as the name suggests, this is an ultra slim, ultra portable keyboard with a trackpad because it has a foldable design. So here's a little trackpad with a click and the keyboard itself. It folds into a very, very tiny package, which is held together by magnets, so it doesn't really rattle around. It also costs $47 and is the other budget option that we'll be looking at here today. By far, this is the most portable keyboard tested today. Folded, it can easily fit into a jacket pocket, which naturally means that it can slide into any bag effortlessly. Unfolded, it is as thin as the 4Smart's DailyBiz keyboard. However, when you fold it back up, it is, well, twice as thick. And portability wise, it is ever so slightly heavier than the 4Smarts. Keyboard offers Bluetooth connectivity only, and again, it supports pairing to just one device at a time. And as before, this is fine if you're committed to a single device setup, but it does not offer future-proofing or any kind of flexibility. This super awesome mega portability of the Linocell keyboard does come at a very real world cost of usability. So while the key membranes themselves and the keys, they're really fine. They have good sensitivity, really good travel feel. It's all kind of nice to type individually on the keys themselves. The fold here introduces a hinge system right here in the middle that disrupts the layout completely. So my fingers often landed on the hinge right around here rather than the keys. And that dramatically reduces my typing accuracy. Where the 4Smart surprised me with its usability and comfort, the Linocell delivers exactly what it looks like, an uncomfortable typing experience. The keys themselves, as already mentioned, are well designed and they're very comfortable to type on. Like really, I would not have any issues whatsoever to type on keys themselves. However, the split layout is very hard to adjust to, and it promotes really poor wrist and shoulder posture while typing. So even if I spent like a lot of time to get used to this layout, which I believe is possible to do, the physical strain simply would not go away because of the posture, and that's something that I do not want to get used to, or nor anyone should get used to. Typing is quiet and subdued, it's pleasantly dampened and far less distracting than the 4Smarts. So if sound is your concern, this keyboard scores well here. The keyboard does support a Nordic layout, which is definitely a plus. However, the folding design basically ruins the layout completely. The RFC line here, split by a hinge, is introducing a really odd kind of things, couple of odd things. First one is that the keys T and V are basically 2/3 of a regular key width, and that is way too narrow. And there's also this raised hinge, kind of rubbery kind of thing here, which is almost at the exact same height as the keys themselves. This tricks your fingertips into thinking that it is a key, which results in constant typing interruptions. This, for me, is a compromise simply gone too far. For 47 US bucks, the build quality is impressive. You got metal hinges, you got magnets holding the sides together, you have sound dampening on the keyboard itself, you have a good key feel and a working trackpad, which is the only keyboard here that we're looking at that has that extended functionality. And you also get the anti-skid feet here, unlike on the 4Smarts, which is a really cool thing to see. However, the layout sacrifices are so severe that you seriously need to ask yourself if the trade-offs are worth it. And here's a couple of particulars regarding the Linocell ultra-portable keyboard. Well, it has a fully functional trackpad, it has a foldable ultra-portable design, it has major layout compromises, very poor ergonomics, and it only has an alphanumeric key here that doubles as a function key, so no dedicated function key row here. This keyboard is interesting and seemingly, on the face of it, a great value. But the absolute extreme focus on the portability unfortunately undermines the usability in the real world. If ultra portability is your absolute top priority and you're willing to adapt to the strange layout, this keyboard might work for you. It just really doesn't work for me. Logitech Pop Icon Keys is next, and this is the largest of the 5 keyboards tested here today. It is a standard 75% layout with the alphanumeric and function key rows, along with the dedicated home and page up, page down, insert and delete keys. It has Bluetooth connectivity, support up to 3 paired devices, and comes in various colors and regional layouts, and it is powered by 2 AA batteries, which are included in the box. This is the largest and the second heaviest keyboard here. Only the NocFree wireless split keyboard is heavier. That being said, it is relatively slim for a true full key size 75% layout, and it can be considered portable if you're willing to make some room for it in your bag. It is wider than the Note Max, and it is taller than the Note Max, and it is definitely thicker than the Note Max. So you need to plan for it, as it will take up additional space, and it will also add roughly about a half kilo, weighing at 528 grams. Bluetooth connectivity on the Pop Icon keys is excellent, as it allows pairing and seamless switching between up to 3 different devices. Switching is seamless via the F1, 2 and 3 keys, so no need for any kind of cryptic key combinations. The signal strength and reliability were rock solid throughout the typing experience, with no interferences from other devices and no dropouts. The full-size keys with generous travel and spacing make for a highly accurate typing experience. The keycaps are slightly rounded and non-slippery, making them very easy to type on confidently. I encountered no missed or doubled keystrokes, and my typing accuracy remained as expected. Typing comfort on this keyboard is outstanding. The combination of key size, spacing, typing, travel, and pressure resistance for the membranes here, because it's using membranes, makes for a very, very naturally comfortable typing feel. Even during long typing sessions, I felt no fatigue due to the larger form factor, so I could hold a much more natural posture. This is easily one of the, if not the most comfortable keyboard that we have here in the test today. Typing sound is discreet and pleasant. The key presses have a nice dull thump, and the release sound is dampened and subtle and doesn't have that plasticky rattle, kind of a clacky rattle thing. If you are sound sensitive or you're working in a quiet space, this keyboard won't annoy you or the others. The layout is very clean and practical. First of all, we got the full-size keys, the rounded edges, proper travel distance, proper spacing between keys, and there are no weird experiments here. It's just rock solid design. We have a tall and wide, lovely enter key, a long backspace key just above it, and a clearly labeled home and page up, page down, insert and delete keys. And all of this together contributes to a fluid, full, non-compromise typing experience. It also comes in various regional layouts, including Nordic, which is a plus for me. At $65 US, considering the quality, functionality, and typing comfort, I think that this keyboard offers truly excellent value. If portability, ultra portability isn't your main concern, this is a very, very strong option to consider. And here are the noteworthy particulars of the Logitech Pop Icon Keys keyboard. First, I would point out the comfortable rounded keycaps. They are actually quite nice. Not all of the rounded designs I encountered are nice to use, but this one actually is. It has a clean, functional, no-nonsense layout. You can get this keyboard in various different color options, and it's using vibrant, fun, kind of funky colors in all of the designs. It has a sturdy, rock solid build design. Even though it is plastic, this thing budges nowhere, and when you're typing, it feels absolutely rock solid. And it has a dedicated function key row for Android and media use. The Logitech Pop Icon Keys strikes a near perfect balance: comfort, accuracy, sound, layout, and price. Its only drawback is the size and weight. If that's not a problem for your setup, then this keyboard is a no-brainer and an automatic winner. Now it's time to take a look at the Logitech Keys-To-Go 2 keyboard. This was the one that I was most interested to try out. It's a compact, ultra-thin, 75% Bluetooth keyboard that uses scissor switch mechanism, and it allows pairing up to 3 devices, and also features a rather clever built-in flip cover. Portability wise, this is a truly impressive engineering and designing feat. On its thinnest side here, it is nearly as thin as the 4Smarts and the Linocell keyboards, but of course it actually tapers up here to offer a comfortable typing angle, unlike either of the other two keyboards. However, it's not as tall as the 4Smart's keyboard, making it incredibly portable. The built-in flip cover protects the keyboard during transportation, but it also doubles as an anti-skid surface, as it does have that kind of structure on the bottom, so it does not have the skidding issues like the other two ultra-portable keyboards that we're looking at here today have had. It is the most complete portable design solution here today. Same as the other Logitech keyboard, the Pop Icon Keys. This is a keyboard that supports pairing up to 3 different devices using Bluetooth, and it offers easy switching via the dedicated F1, 2, and 3 keys, and the connection, stability, reliability, and everything else was rock solid. I was pleasantly surprised by the typing accuracy on the Keys-To-Go 2. I expected the super ultra shallow key profile here to actually hinder accuracy, but the scissor switch mechanism that is used here is incredibly precise and responsive. The key presses feel deliberate and natural, and I experienced no noteworthy typos that I can genuinely attribute to the keyboard itself. For an ultra-thin profiled keyboard, this is remarkably comfortable. The key travel is very shallow. Yes, that is an undeniable fact. While absolutely there is no denying that it is not as comfy as the Pop Icon Keys keyboard or the NocFree keyboard, which are the full-size keyboards, so naturally it can't compete with that, but it is easily the most comfortable ultra-thin keyboard solution that I have used thus far, and it doesn't look it, so it was quite a surprise when I started using it. This is the quietest of all keyboards tested here today. Typing is nearly silent on it, with just enough tactile and audible feedback to make it really satisfying. This is an absolute perfect typing solution in situations that require low distraction or in public places. While the layout is not a full 75% layout, as it lacks a dedicated home and page up and page down keys, these functionalities are still accessible via the function and the arrow keys, and it does include a dedicated delete key. Alas, there is no insert key or a shortcut for it that I could find. It does, however, of course, have an alphanumeric key, but it also has the dedicated, albeit small-sized, function key row on top. It also comes in various regional layouts, Nordic languages included, which is a plus for me. At $94 US, this is an expensive keyboard. But given its portability, comfort, typing accuracy, and a very thoughtful and original design, I believe that if portability is an important aspect for you, then it is worth the cost, especially when compared to similarly priced keyboards that offer way less in the world of ultra-portable keyboards. And here are the noteworthy particulars for the Logitech Keys-To-Go 2. The flip cover is built-in, non-removable, and it adds protection to the keyboard while being transported, as well as anti-skid functionality. Interestingly, it is of the same exact width as the Boox Note Max in portrait mode. Ultra shallow key travel may not suit everyone. Despite being a ultra portable mini key type of a keyboard, it doesn't make unnecessary compromises where it doesn't have to. So you have your control button on the bottom left corner, you have a nice tall enter button, and backspace enter and shift buttons are all easily recognizable on tactile basis while typing, as well as the small arrow keys here with the spacing there. So there are no unnecessary experimentations, so it comes closer to the feeling of typing on a regular keyboard. I think that Logitech absolutely nailed the portable keyboard concept with the Keys-To-Go 2. It is the most sophisticated and user-friendly portable keyboard that I have used thus far, and if you're looking for a compact, flexible and capable solution, this is it. And finally, we are taking a look at the most expensive option today, and that is the NocFree wireless split mechanical keyboard. This is a 65% mechanical split keyboard with a built-in tenting capability, along with the optional palm rests that can be used. Out of all contenders, this one offers unquestionably the most flexibility and customization, but that also comes at the highest cost. The keyboard breaks down into several parts. We got the left side, we got the right side, we got the palm rests, we got the feet for the palm rests, and then you also have the case cables that you may need, as well as the connection dongle, since this is not a Bluetooth wireless keyboard. All of this is much, absolutely it is. However, it fits quite easily and snugly into this also unfortunately optional pouch, and the whole package looks like this, with the keyboard halves, the handrests, palm rests, and the stands, everything fitting quite nicely. However, this is going to be a bulky pouch package that weighs in at a hefty 1014 grams, so a smidge over 1 kilo. This, while portable for a mechanical keyboard of this type, in a world of ultra-portable keyboards, not quite. It is something that is manageable, but you do absolutely have to account for it. This keyboard supports wired USB-C connectivity or wireless via the included 2.4 GHz USB-A dongle. So if you want to use it with a USB-C device, you need to use an adapter to USB-C as well. It can pair up to 3 different devices using separate dongles, which are unfortunately sold separately at $10 each. And it does not have Bluetooth support at all. Connection was flawless in both wired and wireless mode. However, I also noted that this keyboard was consuming a lot more power than any of the other keyboards, even with the RGB option turned off. Typing accuracy using the NocFree wireless split keyboard, whether wired or wireless, accuracy was perfect. All multi-key combinations and commands register without issue, and I never had any kind of connectivity issues with whether I was using a dongle or anything like that. And especially because it's a 2.4 gigahertz dongle, it didn't get confused with any type of interferences or anything like that that I've experienced while using this keyboard. And I've owned this one for quite a while now, and so out of most of these here, this one has been tested for the longest period of time, maybe the 4Smarts as well, but rock solid accuracy on the NocFree. In the typing comfort category, well, this is where the NocFree truly shines. The split keyboard design and the built-in tenting, it really provides unmatched ergonomic comfort and flexibility, because if you're using a smaller 10.3-inch device like the Go 10.3 or the Note Air 3C 4C or something like that, you can actually run this type of typing configuration, which is entirely new, and it really does expand the typing experience in a very, very nice way. Typing sound depends on the switches that you will use on the NocFree, because it can come equipped with a variety of different mechanical switches depending on your typing preferences. However, it does include sound dampening options, the silent mechanical switches, etc. Mine weren't silent, but this is a dampened version of the keyboard, and the typing sound was exactly what I would expect from a mechanical keyboard. Not silent. There was another issue where some keys, especially the space keys, could produce in certain situations a slightly squeaky sound. I don't know if that's something with the lubrication or not, but yeah, it does happen from time to time, although it does tend to fade ever so slightly over time. So overall, the sound is not terrible, but it definitely makes me very, very self-conscious about typing in shared or public spaces because of that. This is a 65% keyboard, meaning it only has an alphanumeric key row here, so no dedicated function key row and no dedicated page up, page down, home and insert and delete keys, although these are accessible via the function and the arrow keys, and you do have the shortcut for the insert by using function and the right hand shift for insert, and here is your delete. The alternate functions for the page up, page down, home and the insert and delete are not printed on the keycaps. I had to print out little labels here to make it work for me, and I think that that's yeah, a missed opportunity as far as I'm concerned. Most of the key layout is logical and nice, however it is a little bit too compact for my liking, and the enter key is way too similar as far as it feels to the key right above it, which is the / or the vertical line, and there's no real spacing here for the arrows, so you always have to look for the arrows because there's nothing differentiating it in any way. And finally, there is no Nordic layout option available. That's definitely a shortcoming for my consideration. At $179 plus VAT and maybe more depending on which of the extras you choose to buy, the price can balloon up all the way to $229. This is by far the most expensive option that we're looking at today. It's even more expensive than the Boox Magnetic Keyboard. It does offer serious functionality, but the price will definitely be a barrier. And here are some of the particulars of the NocFree wireless split keyboard. It has an ultra flexible ergonomic split layout because it allows you to do, well, almost anything that you want. It offers both wired and wireless connectivity via the USB dongle. It also can have optional RGB functionality. It does not have a dedicated function key row, and it did exhibit higher power consumption than the Bluetooth counterparts that we've tested out here today. Despite its really high price and the quirks that it does have, I keep coming back to the NocFree keyboard simply because the experience is very, very compelling. But the noise, the weight, the lack of the Nordic keyboard layout, and the hardness of the palm rests can actually be a deterrent for longer typing sessions, and the added kilo of weight kind of disqualify it as a true portable solution for my needs. I'm not gonna give up on using it because I really love using it, but I can't genuinely consider this a true portable typing solution, at least not for my needs. All right, so let's narrow it down for the conclusion. Linocell Ultra Slim layout is unforgivable. Hard no. 4Smart's DailyBiz, it's a good value for occasional use, but not for serious or prolonged typing sessions, and since that's what I'm looking for, it's a pass as well. The Boox Magnetic Keyboard cover is not even a contender because it's expensive, flawed so that it can damage your device, and restricted to use only on a single device. NocFree split keyboard, amazing, but it's too big, too loud, too expensive, and lacks Nordic layout. That leaves us with the Logitech Pop Icon keys and the Logitech Keys-To-Go 2. Pop Icon Keys was the most comfortable typing solution tested today, has excellent sound and accuracy, it's a great value at $65, but it's too big and heavy for a true portable setup. Keys-To-Go 2 is most portable by far, has great accuracy and functionality, it is beautifully quiet, but it comes at a high $94 price. Pop Icon Keys is the more comfortable keyboard overall and has a better layout definitely overall. However, for a true portable solution, Keys-To-Go 2 is the right one. Let me explain why. It fits into my shoulder pouch really easily along the 10.3-inch device that I might carry when I'm not using the Note Max. So Go 10.3 or the Note Air 3C, it fits effortlessly and it doesn't really hog up the additional space, and it leaves more room for a water bottle, a phone, and other stuff, and all of it is contained conveniently here, and it adds only 220 grams more. Typing on it is excellent. It has a layout that offers everything that I need and nothing that I don't. So when I combine everything together, despite its higher price, for me and for my needs for a portable keyboard solution, this one is definitely worth it. So that is my choice. And my question to you is, what would be your choice, if any, of these that are suggested here? And also, do you have some other suggestions that may fit this type of category? Because I'm always on the lookout for a good portable keyboard that strikes a nice balance between portability and minimum amount of compromises. Also, do let me know if there are any other types of peripherals that you may be interested in for me to have featured and checked out and reviewed on my deep guide. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!